Hey guys, and welcome you 1036 amazing FJers that are my subscribers, and I really appreciate it. So I have a great one for you today. Today I'll be replacing the stock original shocks in the rear and replacing them with some Rancho RS9000 XLs, and I'll also be painting the calipers without even removing the calipers. I'll show you a way that's just so awesome, and it's going to last for years and years and years. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. I just broke this, meaning I broke the nut with a 17. It's just 17 on top. I put some vice grips on to hold it, and it took every ounce of my strength to break it, but once I did, I felt victorious. I didn't even show you the other side because it was an abomination. I stripped the nut on the top, so I had to use the Sawzall to cut through the nut, the bolt, I mean, and pull this bad boy off. So far so good. Got this side out. I came off like a breeze, just using my handy dandy ratchet. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard taking off those 15-year-old original shocks off the FJ, but it's definitely worth it in the end, you'll see. So the reason why I chose those Rancho 9000s is because they're really highly rated, and you know, for my use, which is mostly just regular city driving and some light, maybe medium off-roading every once in a while. So it's definitely not, you know, for FJers, you know you can spend $10,000 to $12,000 on your suspension, and that's not what this channel's about. There's definitely, if you're an extremer, I'm probably not the guy or the channel that you want to watch, but I'm for your everyday FJer who wants to have fun with it, who's been smitten and fell in love like I have with this incredible vehicle. I've owned so many cars in my life. I'm a car guy from when I was a kid to now, and never had anything quite like this thing. It's like just like the funnest toy little Tonka truck thing that I could ever imagine, and it's just so, it lends itself so well to be upgraded and to tinker with and to just make it your own personal fun driving, off-roading, everything vehicle. Okay, mission accomplished. So all I need to do is dial out the settings, which I'm going to do right now, to the most firm setting. Not that easy to turn, but it works. That's all she wrote. Okay, she's at her firmest setting out of 7, I think 7 settings, so see how the ride is. This baby's done like a dinner.
Alright guys, to get started here with this job, we need some kind of abrasive here for these brake calipers. I'd recommend getting 150 and 500 here just to make sure you kind of smooth it out with the 500. Honestly, I'm going to use the drill here just because I have one. If you don't have one, the sandpaper works just fine. It's cheaper if you don't have a drill. But this wire brush makes quick work out of those brake calipers, especially if they're real rusted out, old. You're going to need a plastic drop cloth. Honestly, if you don't feel like buying this, you can just get a trash bag, rip it in half. That'll work just fine. Some primer here, of course, and we're going to use some Rust-oleum 2X Ultra Cover paint and primer. I don't trust paint and primer. You always get primer. It seals a lot better. On top of that here, this is not heat resistant. If you look online, you'll see some people like to use the heat resistant. I've been painting my brake calipers since I was 16. That's a little over 10 years now. Never had a problem. Don't waste your money. Brake calipers do not get that hot, okay? Unless you're doing some street racing, doing some crazy hard braking, driving like a maniac, you're not going to need it. You're going to need some cleaner here. This is my favorite cleaner. I've been using this since I was 16 as well. Some No Scrub Black Magic here. Link's going to be in the description for all this stuff on Amazon. You can get it all at once and be done. You're going to need some Germex or some alcohol with some cloths, of course, for some cleaning. Cross wrench to get the wheels off, and a car jack to get the car off the ground. So let's get started with the job, guys.
And I did have some surface rust, and it was a great time to grind it and grind it out. Nothing serious, just surface, because these things are known to rot out. And luckily I got a really great one from down south that doesn't have a lot of rust at all. So it's coming out nice.
Alright guys, so after you got your wheel off, a little tip here to make your life a whole lot easier is take the whole hub here, turn it. It's going to make your whole life a whole lot easier. You're going to be able to clean it easier, you're going to be able to paint it easier, you're going to do a lot better of a job. If it doesn't let you do that with your hands, it just means your wheel lock's on. Just go in the car, put the key in the ignition, turn it, but don't turn it on. Turn it to the point that it's about to turn on, one stage before, and it'll let you turn it here with your hands. Alright guys, so next step here is to spray our No Scrub Black Magic cleaner on there. Let it sit for about 5 minutes and then wipe it off. It's already been sitting for about 5 minutes, so what I'm going to do is wipe it off. Alright, so after we got the wheel cleaner off the brake caliper here, next job is to get as much rust as we can off. This one's not too bad. You can use sandpaper, like I said earlier. This is going to make a lot more quick work, so let's get started. So now that our brake caliper is properly sanded, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Germex, we're going to take a rag, get it all over the place, and we're going to clean every bit of loose dust up. Maybe we make sure our paint job comes out really nice. Alright, so now that our brake caliper is properly cleaned and ready to be sprayed, all we gotta do is the prep. So what we're gonna take here is our drop cloth or your trash bag, whatever you got here. We're gonna make a slit in here. We don't want to make it the full length of the caliper here, make it about half. And we're gonna use the elasticity of the bag here. Just wrap around here. Beautiful. So now we just got to tape it up. Alright, and before we start the primer here, after we get everything wrapped off, there's 3 things that we do want to tape off. It's going to be this gaskets here, 1 and 2. It's also going to be in here where your pistons are. And it's going to be right here where your drain line is. So let's wrap those 3 up with tape. Alright guys, we're ready to prime. So we're going to take our 2X Ultra Cover Primer here by Rust-oleum. We're going to shake it up for about 2 minutes. And then the first coat here is always going to be the lightest coat. Don't worry about coating everything. Alright guys, so the second coat here is going to be considerably thicker than the first coat when we get started here. In between coats, we're going to wait about 5 minutes. The first coat, 5 minutes. This next coat is going to be a little bit thicker, so I'll probably give it about 10 minutes here. And we're doing 3 coats total. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. Let's put the third and final coat on. This is going to be our thickest coat. So that third coat of primer is officially dry. It's been about 15-20 minutes now. We're going to hit it with this Rust-oleum Apple Red. Now, same thing with the primer. First coat is going to be thinner. So the first coat's had about 5 minutes of dry time. Now we put on the second coat. This is going to be considerably thicker than the first. Alright, this last coat, we want to put it on thick. You don't want to have paint runs, but you want to have enough paint that it's getting pretty close to a paint run. Even if you do get a paint run, honestly, I'd rather have a paint run on my brake calipers than have them a little too thin. They're going to last substantially longer than this because it's thick, so be sure to lay it on there and don't be afraid. So I'm going to give it about 15 minutes for this final coat to dry here. I'm going to take all this wrapping off, throw the wheel on, and show you guys the finished product looks like.
So guys, I really hope you got a lot out of this video. It was really a lot of fun doing it, and she's riding amazing, so much better than I could ever imagine. Don't forget, please, to like and subscribe. Until next time, this is your FJ DIY guy signing out.